And he's like,
The Hangout on air is live. Oh, we're on. How does this thing work? Dial guess.
Can you get him away from? I think he wants me, but I can't take him right now. So why don't you take him over?
Okay.
No.
All right. Testing 1, 2. Well, there's 2 people here. Hello, 2 people. There's Dove. Oh, baby is getting ejected from the live broadcast. Hey, what's going on? We're trying to do this live. We can't edit this out.
Wait, why did it say there's 2 people?
Like it says 7 people. Okay, we are here. This is really weird. Hey, Dove, can you take him in the living room, please? Where we can't hear him. So I think there's a way you guys can join the video chat or ask questions on the look, G6 Triag. Hey. Dina. Hey. Amy. Hey.
Christy.
Hey. Lisa E. Hey, Crawford family. Dammy. I don't know who you are. Hello. Wow, this is crazy. Where's look, we have from
Wait,
can you see that?
Oh.
That's from Sarah. Dial guess.
Can you get him away from?
I don't know what's going on here. Wow, people are actually doing this thing. This is really wild. I didn't know if we'd just be talking to ourselves. Oh, you know, it's there's like a lag on it.
Yeah, that's weird.
So
it's not real.
All right, so instead of just spending the whole hour being blown away by this technology, we should probably talk about something. So hey guys, we are here to, as a little experiment, to celebrate 5,000 subscribers. And as just a way to kind of interact more. I thought that there was a way to do like a video chat, but I actually don't know how it works. If you have a webcam or a video camera, I don't know if you guys see on your thing. Broadcast. We've never done this before, obviously. But the idea very simply was just to thank you guys for all that we've done this. What does it say? Oh man, there's so much going on. There's like text on the screen. But to start off with, we wanted to thank the people that have supported us financially on Patreon. Some of you guys are here. We're just going to read the list of people that are currently supporting us on Patreon. Sherry, Bianca, OK John, Alicia, Hannah W, Jeff W, Jennifer C, Mariah M, Christina C, Brownie Rig, Melissa in Florida, Joanne, Emily, Kelsey, Lisa E, and Laura. Thank you guys for all the support. This is incredible just to be able to do this. So I think what we'd like to do is just talk about a few things and then really give you guys the chance. If you guys can type questions in the chat. We don't have any agenda for this. So anyways, you guys can determine it. But this is a unique opportunity because, you know, the only way to really connect is like through comments or letters, which is not very, this is the closest in real life we've gotten.
Yeah. Am I supposed to say something?
Yeah, say something.
It's exciting to see everyone joining in on this. It's cool.
I'm just looking at who's all a part of it. One of the things that's really strange about, someone from Ireland just came in. Hey, welcome.
Wow.
We're just getting started. And two of the things that we're going to talk about now are, you know, one of the things that's so different about this is it's completely unedited. And so much of what we do is actually really comes in the form of delivering a product to you guys. You know, it's this 13 to 20 minute video. And while it is our family and it's not a lie, and I think it is like honest, it's also like, it's a highly polished product, you know, with music. And as you can see, we don't have a soundtrack playing in the background of our real actual life. Although we do have a lot of music blasting from the kitchen quite often. So this is a completely different experience. Lisa E says your channel has grown quickly. Congratulations.
Someone, John L. is one of our patrons.
There's stuff. Comments are coming in. Memory, your hair looks lovely. Hi from Ireland. Do we say that right? John L. Hi from your patrons in Delaware. John, I don't know if you just arrived, but we said thank you guys to all our patrons. So thank you. Christina says hi, Eden. Is Eden here? Eden. Hi, Eden from Christina. Christy in the UK.
That's 1 a.m. Whoa, there.
I know G6 Tribe is in Seattle. Call Harmony over. Dude, we should get my mom over here. But it's really weird, like not having the soundtrack or the editing capabilities. And part of that's a little scary for us because it's hard to know how to handle these types of relationships. You know, it's at a scale that we've never experienced before, and it's really hard to understand. And it's, I don't know, it's even like confusing, I think, at times. So I don't know if we're going to get this video chat thing to work, unfortunately. Irish girl says hi. My Life's Vanessa says, I watch your vlogs every day. Does anyone have any questions? Let's start off with that.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, one of the things we've struggled with, and I'd love to hear, I don't know, Deb's been dealing with a lot of the comments lately. I don't know if you guys can see.
Shelby's trying to encourage you. You're doing great, Ben.
Thank you. I'm kind of still have no idea what I'm doing.
All right.
One of the things that's been confusing for us, though, is how to deal with this separation between us and you guys, and asking this question, should we try and minimize it? And should we try and become friends with people online? And if so, how do we do that? And how many? What can we handle? And how do we remain true to what we think is our primary calling, which is, you guys are getting my mom.
We've all heard Cammie sing, but Ben,
No.
can you?
Here, I brought over.
Life Frame says, am I going to sing? No, you're not going to hear me sing.
Here she is. Come here.
Oh, here's the baby. Okay, you guys got it. Here's my mom. You can ask my mom any question that you want. All right, Mom.
There's like 25 people watching you right now. Not to freak you out or anything.
Lisa E, in the meantime, says, have you gone back to reading comments, or does someone else bring them to your attention? Cammie and I read most of them, but Dove is the one that's primarily responsible for it, but we're trying to segue her into that. And we're still not really sure how to deal with that. Lacey says, enjoy the realness of your videos, learning and growing. Thank you, Lacey. We try. Annie Yang Hao Xiao. Is that Korean? Mom, does that?
Yeah.
Annie Yang Ha Xiao. Oh, Anyan Ha Xiao. Oh, okay. That's what it says. Anyan Ha Xiao. Lisa says hi. G6 says
She wants your recipes.
yes. Okay, G6 Tribe. Someone in Seattle wants your recipes.
Recipe of what?
Recipe of what?
Whoa, things are coming in now. My wife, John L. says, my wife wants to know what you did with all your loofahs.
Oh, loofahs. Well, last year, I saved some and I gave away, and I put in the soap so it will
Like a
exfoliate skin.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a fun thinking, and I gave away for Christmas. This year, I was out of town quite a bit, so I haven't really harvested properly. So it's still in my garden. Oh, he's biting my hand.
No bite. Oh no, you're biting everything.
I know.
Okay, so we got that question.
No, don't bite.
Shelby asks, with our musical connections, is there any way we can do an album? You know, I would love to do that, but we're honestly just having fun learning right now. If you guys want to know my deepest, darkest secret, actually, I don't have a secret. I don't know if I've shared it on the blog. I want Cammie to play at Chick-fil-A. They have this music night. I know it's the cheesiest thing because it's a fast food restaurant, but that would actually be a lot for her to play live in front of people. But Seven is over there recording right now. Can you see that? I don't know. I don't even know if he knows that a live stream is going on. Oh, he does. Okay. But I'm excited that the kids are recording music, and we have a special treat. I think, well, it's Monday's vlog, so it'll come out on Wednesday. It's all going to be Seven's music again that he's recorded. Can you guys hear okay? Can you let us know, too, if there's any other issues? Irish Girl says, in retrospect, would you have gotten drone insurance? To answer that question, I can tell you I just bought another drone today, and I didn't buy insurance on it. So I'm stubborn like that. No, I wouldn't, and I don't regret it. Amy, by the way, I replied back to your letter today, so thank you for the Christmas card. But it will go out in tomorrow's mail. Do you recommend doing your weekly business meeting with your spouse in the house or going out for them? You've inspired my husband and I to start them. You want to answer that? Business meeting in the house or going out? Hey, Mom, they want to know about your chicken soup recipe.
I would recommend going out if you can. Personally, I like to go out. It helps me separate that time and helps me be able to focus better. And it's just fun to go out. Your honey.
We found, especially when meetings are getting started, whatever you can do to make it feel special.
Yeah. So, which could happen at home.
More?
Mom, they want fish taco recipes too.
Oh, fish, tilapia.
Mariah says, watching from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Wow.
Love your family and enjoy watching you share your life and beliefs. As a young mom, it's nice to see how far you guys have come since you both were young parents. Oh my gosh. That was...
You have no idea.
That would have been interesting vlogging material back then. A lot of nights without talking and crying.
Yes. Who Val says is telling me I have an amazing voice. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Ooh. We have a question for Aaliyah. All right. John wants to know, do you watch yourself on the vlogs doing the Aaliyah cam? Well, I was hoping someone would ask this. What's it like when you talk to the camera? You know how you do that? What do you think about when you do that, or what's it like?
It's funny.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's funny when I do it and I'm laughing.
Do you like doing it?
I will give you more food.
You know what's funny is we've gotten so far behind. Our kids don't even watch most of our vlogs. I mean,
we used to watch them religiously, but not in the last 5 months or so. Yeah.
All right. Sounds like audio and video quality is good. Thanks for that feedback.
I say leave the house.
G6 Tribe says, leave the house. We pay someone to watch our kids every Sunday to go out. We take it more seriously. Yeah. I think in the beginning when we had to pay for childcare, that, it was more of a sign for us that these business meetings were worth sacrificing for. I mean, if it was like a real life business meeting or it was for a business, we got childcare, or if it was like a church activity or something that we put in the serious category.
No problem doing it, yeah.
Yeah, but we had difficulty prioritizing our family life, and that's a huge reason why we do the vlog now, and why we show the same things again and again and again.
Yeah,
it's because we want to really empower people and give people hope, and show them a different way of viewing family and taking it as serious as we take business or other things. Heather, have you heard about the Shaytard drama? What is your take on the situation? I have mixed feelings. Yes, we have heard about that. And, well, we were talking about it yesterday. So for those of you that don't know, the Shaytards are one of the largest blogging family, or one of the originals. And Mormons in Salt Lake City, a lot of the families that are doing this. And they're recently was kind of a scandal, I guess, where he got checked into rehab for alcohol, which was not a new thing, and there was a bit of an online affair type thing. talk a lot about that kind of thing because growing up in the church, we were no strangers to that type. I mean, everyone getting found out for some weird sexual thing. And it's one of the reasons why we feel like for us, we're doing live breastfeeding.
Yes, I couldn't. He's very untimely, but that's how it goes.
For us, the level of honesty that we have, it's probably more for us than it is for people, at least in its primary purpose, because living two separate lives, one that we present on video to you guys and one that we have that's our real life back home, I've never seen it end well. And it was soul crushing for me for the years that I did that, what felt like professionally. So yeah, so I don't know, the Shaytard thing, in a way, I feel like every family that has that happy lifestyle vlog is really only one moment away from that happening to them. So it's actually not a surprise ever to me when that kind of stuff happens, although it is sad. Okay. Could Ben's mom do a recipe moment like your tattoo days or financial Fridays? That's a fun idea. The problem is my mom, like, she doesn't really super keep track of recipes, although just her explaining cooking would be very entertaining,
yeah.
I think.
It would be.
Common sense.
Yeah. Once we hosted this Christmas dinner over here, and everyone was asking, how did she make these green beans? And my mom said, oh, it's easy. It's just common sense. And people were asking,
like,
what is it? And she was like, oh, it's oyster sauce. And that's like common sense to her.
You're from Korea.
Christina is in a tiny town outside of Vancouver, BC. We love Vancouver. We have relatives in Richmond, and we spent our honeymoon in Whistler. Where's Flea? Flea, Lisa says that you make her smile. Are you in here? Lisa says that she likes watching your camera. She ran 8 miles today. It's a Sunday, so we don't film running, but we're kind of like up in our runs a little bit because we have a half marathon coming up, and this girl ran 8 miles today, and she did great. I think planning and house is after everything else, and therefore too tired to be successful. Yeah, I agree. Is it possible to turn off that electrical thing for now?
No. It might be. You want to see 7 if you can turn that off?
My Life as Vanessa says, with the kids, do you educate them when you go out and in the house? Does someone want to answer that?
Wait, what?
Do we do homeschool when we leave the house or mostly in the house?
Sometimes you'll take.
You got to be in the camera here.
Here, yeah, come over here.
Well, I don't. Well,
You're on. This is it.
Fine, just say whatever.
well, sometimes
You're live.
he'll take us to meetings, and that's like our homeschool for the day usually. Because if he takes us to a meeting, the other kids are doing school at home. So
Yeah.
sort of both. Yeah.
Mostly just everybody.
Most school is at home,
We do like after our quiet time, we do a homework.
or it's at Ben's parents' house because his mom does science, which they live.
We're pretty loose about our definition of education, though. So when we leave, consider it off school. We don't have
7,
like.
that's not a good spot for it. Okay.
Can you put that up there somewhere?
Yeah. Let's just put it where you can't see it. Let's just.
The G6 tribe. How is your sister and her husband? Will you do an update on them? You know, that's been. Sorry about all the noise in the background. This is real life. How is your sister and her husband? Will you do an update on them? You know, I don't know, because one of the things that's been so tricky with this vlog is to figure out what different people's standards are for privacy, and not everyone has the same standard we have, evidently. And I'm not saying that because anything happened, but we've just learned we have to be careful kind of who we introduce into the vlog, because it can add complication and strain our relationship. So they're doing great. They live 2 doors down from us, and in my opinion, they're doing better than they've ever been. But you know, we kind of consider and want to respect their life. So we invite anyone to come on the vlog, kind of, but we just have to be careful. So Yes.
Say about me registering.
Someone asked what we
Oh, you
be
want to say about this? We haven't told you guys this, but Fleia has something very exciting to announce right now. First time ever.
You say it.
You want me to say it?
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to say it?
Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
What?
What?
Marathon.
The half marathon? You're gonna run the half marathon?
Yeah.
Okay, so this last week we registered for our entire family minus Rainier to run 13.1 miles in a half marathon. That is in 2 weeks. Is that right?
It's like 3 weeks.
3 weeks? Okay. So this girl is going to attempt to run 13 miles, and we're going to try and do it together while being good parents and not getting arrested by CPS or whatever the heck it is that they do. Take away kids or something. So that's kind of exciting for us. We've never done it with, how old are you, 6? Yeah, you just turned 6, right?
Someone asked if we have plans to come to England.
Yeah, we've got a lot of
Plans to come to
questions.
England. Okay, let me try and catch up here a little bit. Oh, here we go. Any fitness motivation when you hit a plateau or aren't seeing results as quickly? Okay, I like this question. Rhonda asks, any fitness motivation when you hit a plateau or aren't seeing results as quickly as when you started working out? You know, I'd like to hear you answer this because you've been running. Why don't you answer that? Or
Well, it's hard because I don't know what she means by results, but I think for me, one of the main reasons that I run and we work out as a family is just to stay healthy. I have been fixated on my body and weight and whatnot, but I have found that whenever I am doing that, it kind of is really discouraging, and it's not a great motivator, at least in the long run.
yeah, it's kind of weird. Like one of the things that we enjoy about showing exercise, there's certain things you'll notice we show, and there's certain things we don't show. We don't show our like miles per hour or like our speed or calories burned or stuff like that. And it's really just because we don't keep track of it. And when we started working out, we took pictures like kind of for fun because it was like just interesting. Like, I mean, our whole life is video, right? But we didn't like weigh ourselves or measure ourselves or because we're not in it just for the results. We're in it because we believe these things are good for a healthy life and a healthy family. And we just believe intrinsically that results will come.
Mm-hmm.
So the results for us, I think, tend to be more distracting than helpful if you're in it for the long run.
Yeah.
But you just have to believe that what you're doing is really good. And that's where I think we get our motivation from. So, I mean, we would run whether we were losing weight or not, or.
And we do it together, which I think is a high motivator for me. If I was doing it alone, I don't think I could keep going. So.
Shelby asks, what do all the kids want to do when they grow up?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Like when you're an adult, what do you want to do?
Visit people.
Hey, me too. I like that. All right. Who else wants to answer that? Memory, what do you want to do when you grow
I
up?
would go somewhere.
I don't know.
All right. 7, what do you want to do when you grow up? You got to get in the screen here.
And I want to eat
Hey,
candy.
get back here, kids. The kids are running away.
Definitely needing a run.
We're going to answer it for you if you don't come back.
She likes candy. I can tell that because she eats it. Stuff like this.
Candy.
All right. What do you want to do when you grow up?
Hey.
Maybe write songs and
Write songs?
make vlogs. Yeah.
That's cool. All right, Eden, how about you?
I don't know.
You don't know? Like, just if you had to guess right now.
What do you want to do?
Candy. Not candy.
Dev, how about you? You guys can. You got to come over here. They
Well,
can't see.
Can see you.
I just want to be like a mom.
Mom?
All
right. Did everyone answer?
I know before then, but like, I don't know.
Are you Reformed or more Armenian? I don't know what that even means. I mean, I think I used to know at one point, but you might be able to answer that better than I can, actually. What do the kids want to do for a job career? We kind of just answered that. Parents, in what way do you encourage the older ones toward or away from certain careers? That's a good question. You guys want to answer that, kids? How do we push you towards certain careers or away from certain careers?
Well, the voice lessons is a good example because
All right, hey, you got to talk loud.
I didn't really want to. Well, I don't know how to answer. I didn't really want to go, but my mom and dad said that they noticed that I sing a lot and that I enjoy singing. So they set up these music lessons with my mom as kind of
Anyone else want to answer that? Hey. How the parents push. I think we just replied to a Facebook message today about this because someone was saying that they were asking if we were going to provide our kids with a college education, which is a great question. And I would say we don't believe that kids should have every opportunity on the planet. I think there's a lot of pressure growing up in America to believe that you can be anyone or anything. Our kids are going to have a lot of limitations growing up in our family, but I also think that they have a lot of unique opportunity growing up in our family. So we're trying to just be okay with that and accept that, our family is different, and each of your families, I think, is different, and that means they're going to have some advantages and they're going to have some disadvantages. And obviously, we lack a lot of structure in terms of formal processes, but I'm a very heavy serial entrepreneur, at least historically, where I think I've started something like 20 businesses if you include the selling candy out of my locker in high school. So I'm not worried about them making money. And even besides that, we're not worried about money so much. So our chief obsession as parents is trying to figure out how God made them unique and special.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. Because we're with them so much, we are able to try to observe how they are, just who they are, and what do they naturally gravitate towards, and what are they naturally good at. And I find that our older kids, I can figure that out better than our younger kids. So I think it takes some years to figure that out.
Okay, we have pause all questions. We have a very exciting announcement here. Would you like to say it?
I was first adult today.
All right, she has a wiggly tooth and her first adult tooth coming in. And she wanted to let you guys know that. There's 34 people watching this right now. I didn't know if anyone would show up. This is really fun.
39.
My Life Vanessa asked, do you plan things out the day before, like events and things?
Well, mostly.
Can
Yeah.
you scroll down?
We're pretty. We haven't always been that way, but we're pretty structured now. We know what's going to happen the next day.
I think it's structured, but I think and this is the reason why we showed the vlog day, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, is most of our life, I would say 90 to 95% of it is scheduled on a weekly basis. Because what we've learned is that scheduling takes up a ton of energy, like trying to decide if you should do something. And most of the things that are good for us, the motivation is skewed the other way. So if I have the choice of watching TV or reading a story with my kids, I will always go to whatever's easiest, the TV. But when we say, hey, this thing is so valuable that we're going to plan it every Tuesday night, or in the case of our business meeting, every Tuesday, it's not like Monday we have to think about it. It happens. It's our default. So we highly recommend, we think that there's a very strong basis for scheduling weekly things that are valuable to you. Attached to 10 says, do you have a specific agenda when you have your business meetings? I mean, what subjects do you cover?
Yeah, Ben and I both try the week before just to write things down that we need to talk about. So we both usually have a running list of things that we go over.
It's very, very loose. Sometimes it feels like we have like one big topic, And sometimes like what I have written on my list right now. So the first thing I guess that I do is, you guys see this all the time, but I just keep lists of stuff and stuff will come up, and that makes it so that when we show up, we're not like trying to remember.
Yeah.
But right now I just have Florida shopping list. So we have to talk about what we're packing and buying for Florida. That's the only thing so far. Do you have any plans to come to England? Unfortunately, no. I've never been to England though. Fleia is so cute. Such a great spunky personality. Heather Q's here.
Who's Heather Q?
Heather Q is one of the most creative comment writers. I think she's in Colorado now or something.
Heather Q.
Heather Q is legendary in our house for her commenting abilities. Everyone's special though in their comments. I wanted to say that. Flea doing a marathon is amazing. Technically it's a half, but there's a full in May that 10% of me thinks you might be able to do it. Q Val says, do you think you will ever send your children to school? Any plans on visiting Ireland? Isn't Ireland next to England? We don't have any plans. School.
It'll be fun though.
We do not have any plans to send them to school just because we are completely happy the way things are. But I would also say we are not like anti-school.
We're not homeschooled. Oh yeah.
Oh wait, homeschool fail. So we're not. It's not like, I don't know. It's not like we'd be rolling over in our graves if we had to. How come Heather Q only says hi, Fleia? Amy, I want to tell Dove, as a professional photographer myself, she has a real natural talent and a great eye.
Oh, that's cool.
I agree with that. Ooh, question for Eden from Fernanda. What's Eden's favorite hobby?
What's hobbies?
I really like making art and organizing things.
I really like organizing my bed, my stuff, my closet.
Yeah.
G6 Tribe says, in the letters you sent out in your last vlog, are you hoping for certain outcomes, like to rebuild those relationships?
Good question.
That is a great question. You want to answer that, Kimmy?
I would say there's definitely hope of wanting to rebuild all those relationships, but there's also we're also trying to have realistic expectations of where those people might be at.
And we're not doing this letter thing. That's not the reason why we're doing it, is for other people. That might sound a little weird, but ultimately we believe that it's something we needed to do to get right with God. And we think it was the best thing we could do for other people, but we don't have expectations for people. In fact, if we did, it was like fairly low to even like hear back from people. So yeah. Life Frame. Oh, CC Life. Welcome. Good to see you. Life Frame DJW asks, still have Appalachian Trail plans? Oh my goodness. That's something I've wanted to do for 16 years. And you know what? We do actually. Tentative. We're thinking about a summer, not this summer, but possibly a year and a half from now, to hike the Appalachian Trail. I don't think we'd be able to finish it because we just don't care enough to spend a full 5 months like going balls to the wall, like that speed that you have to go to finish it with, especially with children and babies that can't even walk. But I think we would try and spend a solid 3 to 4 months on it is our plan. Jonathan says, loved your Holy Rollers documentary. How much has changed since the film?
We don't make documentaries, actually.
We have 2 more kids. That's one.
Wait, what? We have 2 more kids?
Hey, let's not do that anymore. Okay.
Ben doesn't do anything blackjack anymore.
it feels like a different lifetime ago, really. I mean, it's how many years has it been? 10 years?
Yeah.
So when we watched that, I can't remember. That was like just such a different state of life for us. It was almost like I was back in high school or something like that. CC Life says, way to go, Flea, on your tooth coming in.
Oh.
Okay, Mariah asked a really good question.
Can I show it?
Well, you already showed it.
No, I
Oh.
get it close to it.
Oh, closer?
And wiggle it.
Closer.
Oh, okay, yeah, you have to get really close though.
I don't know how to do
This is
that.
Well, you just got to
camera
climb
right
over
there.
here. Yeah, you got to go over
The
there.
camera.
What do you mean? I can see
Yeah. Okay, you guys got to see this thing wiggle.
You guys put your tongue back so they can see your big tooth. Come on in. There it is. Yep.
All right. Mariah asks, as parents, how do you settle parental disagreements when it comes to disciplining your children? Tough question. That's great. I like that. Hopefully you guys have seen our superpowers video. I think if you haven't, I think it's like a really great use of your time for like 3 minutes to understand a huge way that we've changed. But I don't know. We spent the first probably decade of marriage, I think like almost like making fun of each other's weaknesses when it came to parenting. You know, like Cammie was too soft and I was too harsh. That's like the generalizations. Oh, instead of just seeing each other as like, well, I'm going to be more harsh and she's going to be more, you know, we're going to try and compliment each other and just like, I'm going to bring 110% and she's going to bring 110%. And hopefully it works out. We're really trying to pull the best out of each other. So I recognize that Cammie sees a lot of my blind spots. So now I go to her more than ever and say, hey, I'm really frustrated right now. This is what I want to do. And I invite her in and I say, how would you deal with this? And she would deal with it very differently. And well, I wouldn't go her route. She brings me down like 8 notches to a good place. And I think she invites me into her.
Yeah. For me, it would be not putting my foot down when I need to. And I would naturally kind of let my kids walk on me. And I can bring him in and say, what would you do if this happened? Or he even just will come in and I feel like rescue me and say, hey, no, this needs to happen. And I actually really appreciate that because I don't have that strength.
But instead of seeing her, I mean, I used to feel like she was stupid because of how she parented. And I think she thought I was just like a jerk because of how I parented. And now I think we have a lot more grace for each other. And I can recognize when she's struggling and she can recognize when I'm struggling. So it's a very different vibe. I don't know how to explain it, but we know that for our family and our kids, it is going to take both of us.
I think for me, I didn't recognize my strengths in that parenting. I kind of just saw Ben as, I guess he does these things this way, and I'm going to try to do it the way he does it, but I was never very good at it. But now I recognize that I have things to offer him, and I have an angle that's just as important.
And I don't know if you guys, we haven't talked about this super explicitly, but probably the biggest thing that we believe about kids that I've just been really careful to talk about because I more just want to show it, but we actually believe that the biggest person changing in a parent-child relationship is the parents. We believe that kids are there to change us and to make us grow. And therefore, all these parenting issues are opportunities for us to be humbled, to grow, to learn, to change. And that's really changed. Before, we felt a ton of pressure to change our kids all the time. And it was never good enough. I mean, there's like the regular track, which is like job, education. And then you get on the religious or the Christian track. And it was like worse, you know, for us. There's like, even like in the schooling side, it's like everyone's like 2 years ahead. And then you add Latin and Bible. And it's like, whoa. we were always felt behind. And now we just don't think that's what kids are there for anymore. They're not there to fix. They're not our project. God gave them to us because he loves us. I mean, that's what it means if you really believe that children are a blessing. It's a crazy belief in our culture, not just because of the whole like abortion, pro-life, birth control thing. That's not really, but it's actually, they can give far more to us than we can give to them. That's the crazy belief. Let's go to a lighter question. What kind of?
Someone asked if I go to mom's
Oh yeah, there's this whole mom's group. John L, do you go to mom's group? Fun mom's group.
Yeah, I could say no. I don't do mom's groups.
Dan asks, what kind of coffee are you roasting these days? It's like the same blend we've been doing for 3 years. It's like Nicaraguan beans, and we do a really light roast. Dan says, thanks for sharing your Sunday night with the world. Thanks for joining us on your Sunday night.
Yep.
Let's see.
They're cute. Too much pressure. I was going to ask how you were holding up with Chick-fil-A being closed today. I didn't die on my hike today. I wanted y'all to know. Good job. That's great.
Of course, the main day we all ever want to go to Chick-fil-A is always on Sunday. That's always how it works.
Yeah.
Just trying to catch up on these comments. Nurse Kimberly says, sorry if you already discussed, I'm late to the live stream. Did you make decisions about the Holy Rollers documentary? Oh, Dove. Okay. Who to send it to?
No.
Okay, we're a little behind on
All right.
that. Sorry, it's on our to-do list.
Well, I have some people in my mind, but I haven't actually.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll get it done before we leave for
Yes.
Florida.
Cami, will you ever do a mom blog or a mom moment on the vlog? Asks Shelly.
I don't know if I'll do a mom blog. I don't have any plans for that. I have had moments on the vlog that I feel like are mom moments, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess I could have more. Like the vlog's always changing, so we could have more in the future.
Yeah. We're really trying to just figure out how big this format is, and it's cool because we can talk about so many things.
I don't want you taking that stuff out, okay?
Tips, mom, dad, marriage,
Mhm.
homeschooling. G6 Tribe asks, why did you leave the Seattle area and move to Kentucky?
Oh, you grew up in Kentucky. That's cool.
We do tell that in a couple of vlog episodes, I believe. But it was mostly for a business that I owned. But we had a lot of relationships and friends out here also, and family also. So it was kind of a crazy sudden story that was unplanned. Christina, love your vlog. I was wondering if I was going to be like, okay, we are here to talk about birth control tonight. Love all your vlogs. Any more babies planned in the future? You know what, Christina? We don't really plan those things. And when we haven't done a great job at that. We don't prevent it either, though. So some people roll their eyes and say, well, you know what that means. You're planning on having more kids. But we actually... You want to talk about this?
We want more kids. We don't know if we'll get more kids. We've had several years of infertility, so yeah, it's not a given.
Before our last baby,
And before that, yeah.
and then we had a miscarriage before that. So we treat every pregnancy and every opportunity for pregnancy and baby as a blessing.
And I didn't always believe that. Our first 4 kids, I thought, came about because we wanted 4 kids right in a row, and it felt like it came so easy and so natural. But then after that, we had a hard time getting pregnant.
Well, and we used birth control and spaced it out. I mean, we used to be really into planning it. I mean, talk about living in Seattle. You know, we planned 4 was like the max. 5 was getting the crazy zone because we felt so weird. So our mindsets have changed on this topic quite a bit.
Yeah.
To a point where the way we view it is the decision over life and death is something that we're not big enough to make, we don't believe. And we actually really do believe that God controls everything down to the biology. So we're perfectly content with him deciding whether we have more kids, but we want our heart to be bent always towards pro-life and pro-children.
Mhm.
Question.
Yeah.
Plant-based large family says, I love the superheroes video. I keep trying to figure out what the superhero trait is for self-involved. Always in our own world. You know, that's interesting because it's possible that, you know, I don't know what phrases people are comfortable using, but, you know, introversion or people that are in their own little worlds and build imaginary places, have incredible imaginations, and can oftentimes be great like fiction authors. I mean, I don't know your kid, but I'm just telling you what we've seen in some of ours. There's always super powers behind every kind of exaggerated trait, we think.
Mhm.
Hey, Memory.
Bernada asks.
Would you like to invent or build something?
Right here.
Oh, you're right there.
Yeah. I don't really know what you mean by that.
I don't know. Do you want to build something or invent something? Hey, Fleet, can you not
Kinda.
throw those around so much,
I
please?
mean, I like to do projects. but
Yeah.
I don't know what I would build.
All right. Well, you don't have to figure it out right now.
Mhm.
Lisa E says, I've never experienced anyone share so honestly about the good and difficult things in their lives. You're seeking God in all you do. I believe that is why you're growing as a family and vloggers.
That's cool encouragement.
And
Thank
Heather agrees with that. Yeah, thank you. And I guess, like, you know, I'd like to speak on that for a little bit because I have a feeling it's why a lot of people watch our channel. And I don't know, part of it, it's a scary thing, actually. Because I want to say, too, that we really are, you know, just humans. And I know I used to go to Christian concerts as a kid, and the band people would say that. They'd be like, we're just people just like you. And I'd be like, yeah, totally. All right, now rock my face off, because they were a hero to me. And we really don't want to be people's heroes, at least in the wrong way. And I don't even know if there is a right way. But I do know that what we have come to believe has really given us a freedom to be, I think, what you see here. And if that's what you're talking about, I really want to share that with people. In fact, you know, people talk about like the gospel being good news. To us, that is like the gospel. That is the good news that we have to share, is this thing. Well, I guess what I don't want people to say is like, oh, they're just so honest and different, or gifted. Like our superpowers are bent in a way where we do have a unique calling and ability. But there's also a level where the more that each of us find our identity from what God says about us, which doesn't change, the more the whole world can know our laundry, and it just will not ruin our day or make our day.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I appreciate you saying that. And it's why we do feel like sharing our life, as unnatural as it is, in a format of a vlog, is something that might be a good idea for us. But we do wonder it quite often.
Yeah.
Harm's Way says, hope to see you at Chick-fil-A again sometime soon. When's your next outing? I don't know. We are. I swear off Chick-fil-A for
Today.
today. Say 12 if you sub to me. I don't know what that means. Upgraded my wife to a hand coffee grinder. She agrees with quality. See, that's what I'm talking about. That is the life change that is possible if you watch every single episode of our vlog. G6 Tribe says they want to open a Chick-fil-A in Seattle. You guys are excited about Chick-fil-A. It's in Bellevue. Ironically, we lived in Bellevue, Washington, at least at one time. So now we live in Bellevue, Kentucky. It's quite a different place. It's Gaming with Dark Tire. Can I kick them off of here? They're just asking to sub. I vote more mom moments too, says Sensational Finds. You know what would be helpful, you guys, is specifics. Because I'm always wrestling with how to deal with feedback. And one of the best types of feedback we can get is when a specific thing that she shared is helpful, or type of mom moments you want to see in the future, because we really do want to do the things that are helping you guys out. It's not a self-serving thing, although there's integrity in it. But I did notice today that our vlog has gone up to 33% men. Male.
Could be boys,
male.
too.
Yeah, it could be little boys. But anyways, that's pretty exciting to me. That's like an all-time high. So maybe this isn't an entirely homeschooling mom vlog. No offense to homeschooling moms. New Zealand, no, we have not been, but it sounds great. Okay, Keystone Girl says, do you allow your kids to have their friends spend the night, or your children spend the night at other people's houses? Hey guys, not a great time for a wrestling match behind me.
Yeah.
You know, short answer, no. Short explanation, the benefits were always outweighed by the potential negatives for us. For us,
Or the negatives are outweighed.
the negatives always outweighed the benefits.
Yeah. Mhm.
Very few life-changing good things happen in my life as a child post 11 p.m., especially with friends without parents. So
We've had cousins from out of town here for like a week. So there are exceptions, but as a rule of thumb, we don't do it.
no, it's not just one of those things that we're like, hey, we like you, let's do a sleepover to prove how close we are. But it is a sacrifice, because a lot of people in our culture, it is how you show that you care about people. And
Yeah.
Catherine, just want to say thanks for your vlogs. Just finished watching from the beginning,
Whoa.
and I'm so thankful for finding your family's messages. Thank you, Catherine. It's so exciting to me when people watch from the very beginning, because
Oh,
I think it's the best. You know, there's a way we're choosing to tell the story, and there's a lot of times I leave things out because I mentioned it 200 episodes ago.
yeah.
Hey, you guys, a rubber band war like all around us. Sorry, let's not do that here. You guys can do it in the living room, please. Unless you want to hang out on the camera.
Christina. Yeah.
Attached to 10 is going to bed. Good night.
Good night.
Heather Q, how many people fit in your van bus thing? We like to call it a shuttle, space shuttle. 12.
Legally.
And it's easy to learn to drive.
Was it scary? Yeah, was it? For me, it was at first. It's a big hunk of metal.
Mariah says, regarding the parenting question, my husband listened to your answer. He can shift this to 34%,
One person.
even though he's not a
I don't
regular
know if that
viewer,
works out.
and said, interesting concept. Who are these people offering helicopter rides?
Do you compost? Heather asks. No, what we have before.
I do. Cami doesn't.
You do?
Well, I try, and then you're like,
Compost.
that stuff smells.
Oh, when we give vegetables.
We don't compost
and
anymore.
fruit
We did.
to the rabbits.
It's a point of contention.
No.
I switched to a French press, but use an electric grinder.
Oh,
That's okay. Watch
That's
a few more
all right.
episodes.
Those are really shiny.
AeroPress. I wish I could.
Try to,
I wish I wasn't so like bad at knowing how to use this, because I would really like block some people.
Yeah. Guy's getting obnoxious.
Nada asks, what is your favorite time of the day?
Probably morning. Oh, well, morning and like really late at night. Like when people get kind of like funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for like me personally, probably morning. But like when there's other people, I really like. Like
Okay, I am going to go ahead and say no more questions. We're not going to answer them because we have 5 minutes left, and I really want to just talk about a few other things now that we have all you guys here live. But before that, we do have one more question. I'd love to hear, Dan says, I'd love to hear more about your businesses and how you mixed or didn't family and work. I often think of leaving the corporate world to start my own thing, just waiting for the idea. That's a really important question. And I've been an entrepreneur, started my own stuff most of my adult life, but it wasn't always that way. But the hope that I would say is that I don't think it's actually just about corporate or entrepreneur, because I've seen corporate people give their lives to their family and prioritize family, and I've seen entrepreneurs completely bent on business and money. So neither one I don't think is necessarily easier. It's just not a slam dunk in that way. But so what I would say is to anyone, this is what we've found, is that prioritizing family right now with what you have can always be a step in the right direction. And there's ways to do it. You know, it's not always going to be conventional, and sometimes it might cost you your job. I mean, bringing kids into board meetings, I wouldn't recommend that, but that was, for me, there was one client, the most I ever got paid in one day was when I flew out to San Francisco. And the guy said, you know, we really need you. And I said, well, if you need me that bad, just so you know, if I'm going to come out, I'm going to bring a kid and you're going to pay for the plane ticket. And he was like, okay. So Dove and I went out to San Francisco, and, you know, if he would have said no, that was the test. Like, I had to be okay with leaving money on the table, assuming you're not starving. And I don't know, we all make a lot of those decisions every day, I think. I mean, we live this like really dramatic, weird life where I think we live a life of extremes that makes for a good vlog, hopefully. But it's not everyone is supposed to live the way we do. We want to show people, though, that the battle happens every day in real life with tiny decisions. You know, it's not just these giant, epic $10,000 decisions. It's what you do when you come home and you want to, you know, hang out on the iPad or play video games, or, you know, what do you tell your boss when he asks you to stay late, but you've told your wife that you would be home for dinner? Like, that's, I don't know. Those are just as important. So guys, we have 3 minutes left, and this was really, really cool. There's 45 people here. Can you believe that?
I know.
Maybe we'll do this again. Please leave in the comments, like, I don't know how the comments work, if these ones are going to get saved, but I know when we do the video, I would love to hear what you found valuable about this. And if you would do it again, you know, like, I seriously thought no one will show up to this and this will be our last one. And I canceled, like, I was smoking a great cigar out by the fire that I left to come here. And I was like, this is not even going to be good. But this was really great. And I want you guys to know, we really care about what we're doing. And you guys, even though we haven't met you, hearing stories of people's lives being changed and just finding hope, it really helps us and gives us, I think, some confidence and joy. So I know that we haven't been able to be available in the comments as much as some people would like, or
we really appreciate real letters. I think that's really cool, especially in this day and age when anyone decides to sit down for 5 minutes, handwrite a letter, put it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, put it in the mail. I think that's great. So hopefully we keep getting letters from you guys.
A lot of cool stories about getting feedback about you guys saying that you would do this again. That's helpful. I'd do it again. Anything. And 5,000 subscribers is like, I'm going to step into you guys' shoes for a second. Tell me if I'm wrong here. But I would think, oh, of course they have 5,000 subscribers. Big deal. For us, that was huge. You know, Fleia,
turn that
keep
back
that
on.
on, please.
Good night.
when we started with 100, we thought the same stuff that everyone thinks. Oh, no one's gonna like us. People are gonna say that we're cocky. Like, what do you have to say? Why do you think you can start a vlog? All the same stuff.
Mhm.
So to just see that, I don't know. We should probably celebrate it a little bit more, but
Yeah.
it's really cool. And we're just looking for an excuse to try this out.
Mhm.
Any of you guys want to say to these people? There's 43 people watching, and we're gonna say goodnight here soon.
What?
Eden, you want to say anything?
Oh, we'll tell them. You want me to say it?
You don't have to say anything.
You want me to say it for you?
What, you want a letter?
Memory says that she would like a letter. So
Oh, I want
there you have it.
Oh, Dove,
now Dove.
Dove wants a letter too.
I want a letter.
Oh, wait on. All right, here.
I want stickers in it too. Mickey Mouse stickers.
All right. So there you have it, folks. Hey, thank you guys for spending your Sunday night with us and for all the support that you guys are giving. The ways that you can support us is, I guess, liking. People say to do that. Subscribing. I don't know what that does, but it helps you see our videos. And commenting specific feedback is always really helpful. So thank you guys for doing that. And
Oh, Mariah's husband said he's gonna subscribe.
woo, 34% male if we get you and 30 more guys.
Nice.
Nice. All right. Well, hey, thank you guys. This means a lot to us. Yeah, come on over.
Come on over.
All right, we'll say bye. And then should we say fight for together or something like that?
I can't see,
Yeah.
Mama.
I know it's cheesy for us, but it's not cheesy for
Yeah.
them because they just see it on a screen.
Okay, you guys, do you want to come in the screen?
All right,
They
come on
can
over.
see you. Someone should bring Rainier.
Should we
So we'll say good.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll say good night, and then we'll say fight for together, and
Okay.
you put your fist towards the camera.
like this?
Okay. Oh, Rainier's still here.
Oh,
hello. Look at this guy.
a big mess. That's okay.
All right, ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Good
Night.
night. Fight for together.